Let's bring him in and find out more. Good morning, Alan. Thank you for checking in with us today.
Oh, it's great to be here in Vale Valley. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, well, we're glad you're here, and you're going to be joining Sheila and her crew over at Spirit Way Wellness in Eagleville this afternoon. But I know you had a speaking engagement last night. You flew into Denver, so you've
Mm,
been busy. And this book just came out in May. So tell us a little
yes.
bit about this and why you decided to bring it out right now.
Well, it's not me. The government is coming forward. Just last month, they had a public hearing for the first time in 50 years, congressional hearings about what's really going on.
Yeah,
There seems to be more sightings. There seems to be more activities, more television shows, more movies, and more people very, very open to this phenomena. We're getting
yeah,
lots of reports of sightings. There's always been that, but now it's all over the world, all over the country. People are saying what's going on. So
yeah.
maybe the government's responding to the fact that people are coming out and saying, "Well, come on, tell us the truth. It's been 75 years since Roswell. They just had their celebration last month.
Wow.
75 years since what I think was a cover up, that there really was something that happened there, and I don't think they can keep that story going that it was weather balloons. There's something else going on here. And we're part of a bigger reality. We're part of a bigger cosmos. Isn't it obvious?
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. And what your book does is you've collected perspectives from so many different experts in the field. So you say so yourself that hey, this isn't all coming from me. This is coming from
Right.
people that have been studying this for 30, 40 years, and here's their essays, and read it, and after that then make up your mind or maybe even open your mind.
Right, because I felt like in order to really present whatever this phenomenon is, and nobody really knows, we needed at least 12 different perspectives of experts who've been studying this,
Yeah.
and it's because no one has the whole truth. And that's one of the reasons I think the government isn't coming forward because they don't know what to say. Everyone has a little piece of it. There's the researchers, there's the experiencers, there's people who've been abducted, there's people who've been looking at the documents inside government, the Freedom of Information Act. And so I put all this together
Yeah.
in order to understand a phenomena that at this point in our history may not yet be comprehensible. But
Yeah.
let's get all the pieces in order. Let's demand the government comes forward and lays out what they know so we collectively can come together and see what's really going on because the world is changing. It has to change in this way. We need to clean up our environment. We need extra help. And I think whatever these beings are, they're here to help.
Yeah, yeah, just kind of giving us a different perspective and everything too. And now, what's the response been so far? The book's been out since what? About May?
Yeah, people love it. It was like the number one bestseller on Amazon in UFOs. I mean, its category. People who even Jacques Vallée, who's been one of the longtime researchers in this field, said this book is welcome because it gives people a
Okay.
fresh perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a really good response. I just went to Florida to do a lecture. I was all over California. I did its premiere in Sedona, Arizona, which is sort of ground zero for this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm getting a really positive response. It's selling. It's in Barnes and Noble. It's on Amazon. So people are saying, yes, what's really going on? Because the government, like I said, is hinting at,
Yeah.
look, there's more to this story than we've been saying, and the media has picked up on it. For years this has been ridiculed and saying,
Yeah.
they play spooky music and they say little green men, but they're not saying that anymore.
Yeah.
They're saying, well, maybe you're right. Maybe there is something, and pilots are coming forward, Air Force people, CIA people. I just interviewed a guy named John Ramirez. You can look at him on my YouTube channel. It's called New Realities. He's a former CIA insider who says, yeah, this is stuff the CIA has been looking at. I mean, I'm not
Hmm.
revealing anything he hasn't revealed. And if you search like the FBI file called the Vault, you'll see, look under UFOs, there's lots of documents from the 50s and 60s where they mention this. So what's the bigger picture of our reality? How do we fit into this greater intelligence? It also becomes a kind of spiritual awakening for people. How do we shift our reality to include more of who we are? There's a telepathic component to this where people get these messages. You see these craft people get these downloads, they have dreams. So there's a lot more to this phenomenon. And that's one of the reasons the government has shifted from calling them UFOs, which is unidentified flying objects, to UAPs, unexplained aerial phenomena.
Yeah.
Because this is more than just objects in the sky. This is a phenomena that is affecting people. The US Sun has just come out with a series of articles where it says people are dramatically affected sometimes when they see these ships in the sky. It can be positive and it can be negative. They've suffered burns and neurological kind of maladies, but there's also been healings involved. So it sort of depends on how you come at it.
Yeah.
There's another great book out called Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, which really goes into the government's research into the UFO phenomena. So it's not just me. This is a wave. There's
Yeah.
my book. It's
Yeah.
a wave of study, and these are some of the most respected people in the field that have contributed essays to this book. People like Linda Moulton Howe, who did the early cattle mutilation studies. John Mack, who was a professor at Harvard. He's no longer with us, but there was an unpublished essay that he wrote, and I talked to his archivist, and they allowed me to publish this for the first time. Whitley Strieber, who gave us the face of aliens in the book Communion, he contributed an essay. Grant Cameron, who's a Canadian researcher, these are all people I really respect. Grant says, if you've seen a UFO, you were meant to see it. You are part of the phenomena. There are no innocent bystanders. So this this is
Okay.
something that's taking hold here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now this afternoon, so you're going to be in Eagle Vale at Spirit Way Wellness, and so what time is that? That's starting at 6,
Yeah.
right?
6 p.m. We're going to have lots of people there. I'm going to do a little presentation. I'm going to ask people to share their experiences. Yesterday in Denver, there were a bunch of people who just wanted to come forward and share. Well, this has happened to me. I saw this UFO. This is what I went through. So there are people coming out all the time. I get calls from everywhere saying, yeah, I'm making contact. What do I do about it? And this is a worldwide phenomenon, and I'm welcoming it. This is a grassroots movement too. We can't
Yeah.
wait for the government to reveal what they know. People have to come forward. We have to come together. I just put out a series on YouTube called the Making Contact series, where we interview not just the people from the book, but a lot of people who are coming forward. The guy Danny Sheehan, who's a lawyer defending one of the whistleblowers in the UFO field, Luis Elizondo. He was on this program. Steve
Okay.
Bassett, who is a UFO lobbyist. So this has a lot of grassroots energy to it. It's like the next liberation movement. We've had all these liberation movements. Let's do the contact liberation movement. So
Okay.
it's a very exciting time because the government, like I said, scientists and the Webb telescope is looking at life, purposely looking at life on places like TRAPPIST 1, which is a solar system that has 5 Earth-like planets. So any day now, we're going to get the headline saying we're not alone in the universe. I really
Okay.
think so.
All right. Well, thank you for all of your hard work in putting this book together. And then once again this evening, 6 p.m. at Spirit Way Wellness in Eagle Vale. But get there a little early, 5:30, 5:45, so you can get settled in, and then the talk will begin. Well, thank you so much for your time, and
Thank
good
you.
luck with the book. You can get the book tonight. That'll be on sale for you as
Yes.
well. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Thank you. All right, so really cool. And you can see this article in the paper today, once again, in the Vale Daily on page A16 and A17.